Ladies and gentlemen, there's a strategy. There's a strategy that worked 100% of the time. 100% of the time on every single earnings name. I'm not going to tell you. Imagine what a jerk I would be. Of course, I'm going to tell you. We're going to go through exactly what that is. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. You know, there is something to be said with when you take on a very large, monumental task and you study and you work and you, for example, get a college degree, something that I have never done, or it just, I felt it through other things, obviously, in my life. Just something when you have a very long task, a very arduous thing, or a very complex thing, and you finally figure it out, and you're like, oh, you have that sigh of relief in the market. But the funny thing is in trading is the market keeps evolving, yet strategies don't evolve. There are certain strategies that work well in the current environment. There are certain strategies that worked well in past environments, and maybe they will or will not work ever again. For every single earnings name today, every single earnings name, I came up with a set of rules today for every name that reported that would have given you scalp money 100% of the time. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I am attempting to put you on a path to having among the top 1% of Sharpe ratios in the industry. The strategy I'm about to teach you is, I would like to quote the late Steve Jobs, where basically was it Steve Jobs who said simplicity is the ultimate sophistication? That's what he said. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I believe that. I don't believe that new traders do better, or experienced traders, or somebody in between do better on more complex positions. It is of my opinion that when you have too many things on your plate, you have to know what this setup is, this, the bull flag, the Fibonacci, the moving averages, the crossovers, the this, the that. And look, I've been doing this 21, going on 21 years. I get it. For most people, that is not a viable solution for long-term success. If it was, 98% of the people wouldn't be failing. Losing money in trading, to me, is one of the worst feelings out there. Now, look, I've been shot at, I've been stabbed, I've been sliced, I've never been shot. I will say the most painful thing, or one of the most painful things, top 5 that I experienced. Look, I'm sure you could find torturous things like, horrible things that would be more painful. But for what humans generally go through, how many people agree right now that losing money trading is one of the most painful things that they go through in a year? What are the top 5 most painful things that you have gone through in 2019, now in 2020? I'll say it. I'll say it. Do you consider losing money as a trader maybe even a top 3 most painful thing that you go through as a trader? I make money, and I'll raise my hand. It's one of the most painful things, and everybody is saying, everybody's agreeing with this right now. It is one of the most painful things to go through. So, pain causes psychological toxicity. It causes FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, which can cause you to chase names that you normally shouldn't be in. It causes you to overtrade. It causes you to double and triple and quadruple down when you have that one brain slip one day and then all of a sudden your account blows up because you did one stupid thing that you knew you shouldn't. Type 55 if you could relate with that in your lifetime as a trader. I've been trading 21 years. You kidding me? I could probably relate with that situation. I don't know. I want to say 3 to 7 times, but I can't remember. Not in terms of, no, it doesn't have to blow up your entire account, but just like a total expletive blow up day. Now, what if we are, by the way, running into the greatest earnings week this entire season? The week in which Apple reports is by far the most desirable week to trade. Apple, small companies like the largest company on the planet, Apple, the second largest company on the planet, Microsoft, a Tesla that has went up 100% since its prior report. Small companies like, Boeing, Facebook, the largest social media company on the planet. I don't know, a little small company, Amazon. Who's ever heard of that company? This is by far the most desirable week to be a trader, to be involved in the market ever. This week comes 4 times a year. This week right now is by far, bar none, the most desirable week to be a trader, whether you realize it or not. And I'm going to show you how to take advantage of this week. And I'm going to show it to you for free. And I'm going to show it to you with no smoke and mirrors. And I'm going to show it to you with zero cherry picking. I have some very simple rules, which I think you can agree to. And I lined out those rules. By watching this video, you're pausing this and agreeing to this before hitting play. Thank you so much for agreeing to that. I have 3 simple rules. 4, if you consider the word "that's it" as a rule, that you could apply today to every name that reported Monday in the pre-market. Every single one that follows this list plan. If you did this strategy, you would be up money, or, I can't guarantee it. I humbly believe you could have been up money 100% of the time. You disagree with me. Maybe you'll say 95%. Maybe you'll say 90, whatever it is. But I'm going to show it to you. And I'm going to show you this trade. But before I do, I want to help ingrain the positivity behind it. This strategy causes as close to zero psychological stress as humanly possible as a trader. I'm showing you the best parts of the strategy. The making money comes later. I'm showing you the best parts of the strategy. You do not have to do all these stupid things in the market that give you mixed results. You don't have to do any of them at all. You could do one thing that works the majority of the time, and you could be one of the most successful, highly sought after traders on Wall Street. And we could talk about sought after a little later in the video. But what is this strategy? How many people, were busy doing life things where they couldn't sit there and figure out what worked? What worked on a chart today? What worked on a chart today? So let's go through it. Let's go through it right now. So to be clear, when I'm going through my list of earnings today, it's not me cherry picking what I want you to see. I am literally on earningswhispers.com on the calendar. BMO stands for before market open. I'm not going to show you the intraday strategies on what reported after the bell here, after market close, because I don't know how they're going to trade tomorrow morning, but I can show you exactly what I'm going to do. All right. This is beautiful for people who trade common stock, especially on these names. And what I'm doing is I'm going to go over every single name that reported, but I do have some rules. I'm going to share them with you. You ready? You're ready to change your life this week right now as a trader? You're ready to ignore everything that you were told that you should be doing. But how about I just show it to you, and you make the decision on what you should do. How about that? What if I told you trading is actually easy? I've made money every single day. Well, I would say every single day this week, but today's Monday. Every single day last week. Every single day week before, week before, week before, week before. Okay, you ready? Am I boasting? No, I'm not boasting. I'm just showing in. Oh, but Mark, you've been trading 21 years. Yeah, you want to see what a 21-year veteran looks for? And I keep giving myself too much credit. I'm really a 20 and a half year veteran. But let's go into it. Okay. We're going to start off with the rules. Here are the rules. It's called the Earning 5M, which stands for 5 minute Know Your Limit 8. And one of the women in the room are probably going to smack me in the face and tell me a better name. But until I get a smack, I hold out for the good smacks. We're going to call it the Earning 5M KYL8. Number one, you choose any earnings name. Okay? If it gaps up, you look to buy. If it gaps down, look to short. Very simple. Now, as a rule of thumb, even as a broadcaster, and even what T3 wants us to do, I'm going to really stay away from names that are pretty much trading less than 100,000 shares a day, and are trading under sub 5, because once you start really trading, the sub 10, sub $5 names, and I'm not talking General Electric type names. I'm talking once you start doing like these really minute volume names, you're sort of like borderline, like you're dancing like here's the pump and dump line, and your feet are right here dancing, and the line is right in the middle, and you're just dancing on both sides of it. All right. So I'm spelling it out for you how I do these things. Stay away from names that trade less than $100,000 and sub $5 names. I think that is a very fair cherry pick to stay away from. On the most phenomenal week, inevitably 4 times a year, this happens where Apple reports in the same week as Microsoft, in the same week as Facebook, in the same week as Tesla, in the same week as Boeing, and I'm believe me, there's more. So very simple. That's the first one. You choose any earnings name and just make sure it's not a little pump and dump stock that is easily manipulatable. Right? All right. That's a pretty easy step one. Step two, make sure the first 5 minute bar does not test or touch an exponential 8 moving average. So again, I'm going to just show you. Here's a chart. I have Beyond Meetup. Here's a chart. Made a little money in that today. Here's a chart. And I'm just going to hit this green plus sign. I'm just going to go down to exponential moving average. Moving average exponential. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm just going to left click this here and edit. I'm just going to change the parameter to 8. It's on freestockcharts.com. You can have this information for free. Okay, so I just put up a little yellow line. So basically what I'm saying here is make sure the first 5 minute bar does not touch this yellow line in the first 5 minute bar. Make sure it doesn't test the yellow line. If the first 5 minute bar touches the yellow line, you move on. Step three. So step one and two are easy. You're basically choosing the majority. Well, I don't know majority, but you're choosing any normalized earnings name, any real name. You're not going after like sub 100 like stock. I traded 27,000 shares today. No, 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 no. We're staying away from that. So you're basically just choosing an earnings name, and the first 5 minute bar didn't touch the yellow line. Step three, take a quick scalp trade once the level hits, breaks for the first time in the direction of your gap. So if it hits the exponential 8 and your stock gapped up, you're going long. If your stock gapped down and you hit the exponential 8 for the first time, please, it doesn't mean the second or third time. Like I literally mean every word I'm saying here. I don't even know if this is a step, but that's it. Yeah, you thought you were going to get like 4 complex steps. Really, it's like 1 or 1.5 or 2 real steps you have to think about. Now, I know this sounds very simple. I know it's like any idiot could do it. Really? Any idiot could do it? I agree. You want to know what the hard part was? Figuring all that out and putting it together and putting it on a platter for you. You like lobster? I'm not even going to make you crack open the shells. You like a little garlic butter sauce? A little Parmesan crusted garlic butter sauce? I got you. I'm even gonna melt it for you and put it right there. in front of your face. It hurts too much to dip the lobster and put it in your mouth. Here, I'll wear a fancy glove, and then I'll dip it for you, and I'm gonna hand feed you like a baby. You know what? Because that is what it takes to make money. And I want to make it as simple and as stupid and as idiotic as possible. I want a strategy which I could go to my 5-year-old and say, "Go ahead, dude, trade. This is what I want you to do." The trading strategies I'm showing you is what I would give my own family. All right? And I'm not hiding them. I'm not charging you for them. I'm just showing you the efficacy and simplicity of developing a high Sharpe ratio, chipping away at your prior psychological toxicity, chipping away at your FOMO, not following 150 stupid things out there, and actually doing something that works. But maybe it doesn't work. I want to show you what a small scalp looks like. And I promise you what I show you today is not going to be as sexy as what I show you this week, because the names that reported this morning are the stupid names. We have all the sexy other names reporting this week. Let's get right over to it. Right? Sounds good? I said, let's start with the top. We're going down. This is right off earningswhispers.com. You just go right over to the calendar function right here. You click it. I'm on before market open today because obviously I can't trade 5-minute intraday names I reported after the close. We'll be looking to do those tomorrow, like Whirlpool and a bunch of better names. But let me show you anyway on the stupid names, all right? ARLP. So we have, let's see if it worked. My chart is like Melnick. This is too much for me, Melnick. I'm afraid to show what's up. Okay. So here's ARLP, hits the exponential 8 on the first 5-minute bar. Now you might make an argument here, Mark, you could have shorted the dead top. You would have crushed it if you did this strategy. Fine. That's not the strategy though. I am very clear that the first 5-minute bar does not test the EMA. You skip this strategy. I'm not going to be like, well, it would have worked anyway. No, you pass. You move on. Nice to meet you. You move on. ARNC. Okay. ARNC. Here's the first 5-minute bar today, 9:30 to 9:35 a.m. And you can see it went through the yellow line. We move on. Next, BOH. What is that? That is Bank of Hawaii. Here is the first 5-minute bar. It hits the exp. I know what you're thinking, Mark. You could have bought it through after it flushed through. And all right, again, not the rule. Hit the exponential 8 on the first 5-minute. Stupid names that tend to not really gap much, that have very low volume, tend to do this. You're not going to see many of these examples throughout the week. I'm just obviously pointing that out to you. Okay, so BOH did not work. BMRC is the next one, and I'm going to go through every single one. You just have to follow these rules. Every rule. That's it. That's it. Okay. So going right back to it, we have BMRC, Bank of Marin Bancorp. Now, here's the thing. Like, here's the first 5-minute bar. It flushed the exponential 8 here, went through, presented an easy buying opportunity, and you would have made money, right? I do want to point out I would pass on this one. Why? The stock did 37,000 shares today. This is not a stock I'm going to trade. And again, we are getting better names this week, but it's important that I show you it now so you know how to trade tomorrow's names when they present themselves. So I'm ignoring it. Yes, I'll show you that it worked, and even if it didn't, it did not follow this. Stay away from names that trade less than 100K. Okay? We move on. CSFL, Center State Banks. Okay. That did some decent volume today. Here's the 5-minute. Perfect. Perfect. Pull down. Hit the exponential 8 right over here. Went to 23.83. Gave you a quick bounce to 24.02, a 19 cents, almost a 20-cent bounce. A little less than 1% in 5 minutes. Yes, I humbly believe that it's easy to catch 10 cents. Now you might be looking, say, Mark, look, it went down afterwards. This is not for me. I'm literally talking about quick scalp trades. I always say every time, aim for a dime, move up. That's how it is. And I want to show you all of them. Look at every single example. DHI, that's DR Horton. It's a pretty big name. Okay, here's an interesting one. Came down here, missed the exponential 8. If you look in the top left corner, the yellow says $59. The low of the candle is 59.02. It didn't hit here for the first time. If I zoom in more, you could probably like see it. I don't know if you could see that, how it like just barely missed right here, but it missed it, so doesn't count. Here is where you hit the yellow bar for the first time. Breaks $60. Hits 59.91, bounces to 60.34, bounces 43 cents within that 5-minute time frame. Look at that. Boom, boom. Easy scalp. You're trading common shares. That is the stupidest, easiest, as much volume as you wanted name humanly possible. You're trying to make a dime. I'm not saying you're making 40 cents. I'm saying make a dime, make 15 cents. That's what I'm telling you. And you might be sitting there thinking to yourself right now, a dime, a 15 cents. Do you realize how many traders are like Mark? Somebody in the room today, maybe I'll screenshot it. It's in the chat like right now. Mark, like I'm 7 for 7 today. I'm just making 100 here, 200 here, 100 here, 200 here. When you're confident, I'm building your confidence. It's not just the 100, 200, 100, 200, 100, 200 that you keep scalping, making yourself a normal day. It's the confidence I'm building. There are people who are doing these trades making 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, and they're quick. Let's move on. I want to go over every name. So yes, it hits the yellow line for the first time, goes through, beautiful. That's actually what you want. You want it to break, as you know, if you follow us. Easy, quick scalp. I am telling you, you don't have to make a lot of money per trade to make a lot of money trading. See what I mean? Believe me, I'm living proof of that. And there's hundreds of us that are living proof of that. Next is Dr. Reddy's Laboratory. I mean, does anyone else think like, oh, Dr. Reddy, like some guy and he has like Frankenstein with two bolts coming out of his, neck? Okay. Anyway, hits the exponential 8 right here, 43.79, goes down to 43.76, bounces to 44.09, 33-cent bounce. I think you could catch 10, 15 cents of that. Do you? If you don't, disagree with me. That's fine. I am telling you that this is the easiest. And look, there are 40,000 shares on this bar that bounce too. Yeah, you could take a couple thousand shares, make a quick 2, 3, 400 bucks. I know. It's so much work. But when you're consistent and you have a high hit rate, this is how you build a Sharpe ratio the natural way. This is what prop firms look for when they look to fund traders. They want to see people taking low risk. They don't want all the risk on on their face. They want traders who are in and out. It's like, you know, it's like a caveman's sex manual. It's like in, out, in, out, repeat if necessary. That's what this is. It's a caveman's sex manual. All right? It's the stupidest, most consistent, easy way, in my opinion, to have a six-figure salary, low to mid six-figure salary. You're trying to make 1 to 500 a year, 1 to 500,000 a year. This. You want to see how most people could do it? This. I'm going to help build your confidence. Just stick with me for a moment here. Just entertain me. All right. All right. We went through Ready. Look at HMST, Home Street. Honestly, I'm not even super familiar with these names, but even Home Street right here. Beautiful. You're looking for a flush. Flush is 32.59, 32 and a quarter, bounces all the way up to 32.80, happens real quick. That is an easy trade to make money off of. Remember, you're trying to buy it underneath the yellow line, not at. underneath. That's how we treat the exponential 8 here in the Newsbeat Live Room. To me, that is a very easy trade. Now, again, I'm not saying you're making 66 cents here. I'm not saying you're making 50 cents. I'm not saying you're making 40 cents. I'm not saying you're making 30 cents. I think you can make 10 to 20. Let's just be real here. I'm not saying you're swinging it. I'm not looking at the stock after it potentially jumps up $5, $10 and say, look, you could have held it, put a stop right there, and you made this much. I'm not telling you that. If that's what you are, that's what you are. If you think that gets you where you need to be, keep doing what you're doing if you're successful at it. If you're not, I'm showing you what works for the majority of human beings, the majority of humanity. Neuro, N-U-R-O. What did I? Whoops. Yeah. No, am I in the right place? Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm on the right place, right? All right, here we go. Neuro, N-U-R-O. Let's see on the daily. All right, so again, it's a $3.50 name. The rules very explicitly say $5 name, $5 name. You want to be part of, the pump and dump bonanza? That's you. I have moral obligations here to try to keep people away from this nonsense. It's not my thing, but I'll show you why it worked. All right. Would I do this trade? As I clearly said no. But look here. The level is 346. It goes to 348 and drops to 335. That's a 13 cents move. And I know you're thinking 13-cent move. What am I going to really catch? It's a 4% drop on a $3 name. I'm saying ignore it, but for the sakes of what I am doing here, you have to ignore it because it's a sub $5 name. If it's sub $5, I just rather, what's the purpose? That's not what I do. Believe me, there are hundreds of rooms out there that do that. Not here. NWBI. And again, I'm going down every list. I want you to see it with your own eyes. All right. Here's the first five. Oh, oops, wrong chart. I'd rather just pull up here so you could see it easily. Here's the first 5-minute bar. Hits the exponential 8. Canceled. No go. Like you miss a field goal, and the refs are like, and they're like waving their hands while shaking their heads like that. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay? No go. You hit the first 5-minute bar. NVR. And there's not many names, but entertain me. I'm going to go through them real quick. Watch. You need to see it because this is going to help you. Here's the first 5-minute bar. Flushes through the exponential 8. No go. Next. And when you see how well this works tomorrow, you're going to appreciate this video. Next is OCC. It's a $3.49 name that does no volume. Next. OPB. How much volume does this do? All right, it did 615,000, so that's over 500, it's over $5. Okay? Not cherry picking. So this is legit. Look at this. Comes down, hits 25.16, goes down to 25.10, bounces to 25.39. And again, I really don't care if it went straight up from there and never looked back. I don't care about that. I'm not sugarcoating these plays. This is all I care about. You see all these red bars? You know what all these red bars represented? An easy long opportunity off the day low to scalp and make money. The stock went from 25.10 to 25.39. It moved 29 cents, about 30 cents. I'm not saying you caught 30. I'm not saying you caught 25. I'm not saying you caught 20. I'm not saying you caught 15 on a $25 name. Maybe you caught 10 cents. Start low. Keep your expectations low. Know what it feels like to make money over and over and over again. Once you get on that roll, I'll teach you how to do it. I find it funny how all these educational courses out there on Wall Street, out there, they're like, they'll teach you this, and here's lesson number 502. Hey, I have more Newsbeat shows than that. Ding! But like, they'll show you all these lessons. How about we teach you how to do a simple layup in basketball before, you spin around, obviously still thinking about the tragedy with Kobe Bryant. How about we teach you how to do a layup before you do a spinning dunk in midair? How about before you start draining three-point shots like Steph Curry? How about we show you what a layup looks like? Simple, easy, with nobody defending you. That's what I'm trying to show you. And You don't have to catch all these big moves. You're going to be taking minor losses, and in this case, a bunch of minor wins. And that's all I am insinuating. And you might look, and I know what some of you are thinking. How much money can I really make like this? I humbly believe you could become a millionaire, in my opinion, doing this. I have made millions of dollars doing quick trades like this. Millions. So don't tell me that this piker nonsense. Don't tell me that it doesn't add up, like all these little dimes don't add up. They do. You ever see people who run laundromats on YouTube? They're like, they have this tub full of quarters. Okay, we move on. So it obviously worked there. PMBC, Pacific Mercantile. Like, I'm not really familiar with these names, but I said I wouldn't sugarcoat any of them. PMBC did 27,000 shares today. We're passing on this one because it's sub 500K, and that is the rule. PROV, again, these are names that I don't generally trade, so I'm just going to look at them. This one did 9.3 thousand shares today on earnings. Next. See, it's very easy to eliminate names. Salt. That's the taste of the tears from traders who are trying too hard in this environment when making money is too easy. Salt. Let's see, because it is a sub $5. Nah, it's a sub $5 name, but let's look at it anyway because it did some volume. Um, it hit the exponential 8 on the first 5-minute bar, and I know what you're thinking. Look, that was the dead top before a 50-cent drop in a $4 name. Not the rules. I could see it clearly worked here. It hit on the first 5-minute. Not the rules. Not the rules. I move on. Sprint. That's that's obviously a thicker company here. Let's just pull up the one chart so you could see it easily. On Sprint, you could see again. I know it would have worked on the first 5-minute bar, and you would have been short at the dead high of the day. It hit on the first 5-minute bar. We move on. So even when it works, I'm not sugarcoating. We move on. Last is Tanger Factory Outlet. Tanger Factory Outlet. How much volume does this thing do? It's $14 stock. It did 7.6 million shares today. Okay, that's legit. All right, we're waiting for it to hit the exponential 8 for the first time. Happens right here. Breaks 15.16, hits 15.17, goes down to 15.05, goes as high as 15.26. Not really going against you. We're talking like 9 cents against you. Flushes down here, but I'm not even talking about that. Very easy to take a low risk scalp. Now, granted, it's a $15 name and it's putting in very tight 5-minute bars here. I think you can easily make a dime off of this drop here. If your goal was to make a dime, which is the lowest amount of money that I talked about on any of these ideas at all, even on the $3 name, you got a 10-cent drop. If you just look for 10 cents as the dead minimum on anything that you take, you would have made money here because it would have went from 15.17 right down to 15.05 on the next bar. You would have caught that. Now I know I'm showing you things now that you're like, Mark, what is all these garbage names? I agree with you. I agree with you. But let me show you something where this is going to help you. Okay? These are not my names, but they'd work. Tomorrow or tonight, you have FFIV reported, Juniper reported, Rambus reported, Whirlpool reported. Let's talk about tomorrow morning. Triple M reported, CIT reported. That's a nice one. Hog, Harley Davidson reported, Lockheed Martin, McCormick and Company, Nucor, Packard, Pfizer, um, UTX, Xerox, SAP is a good one. Pulte Group is decent. Multi-billion-dollar companies. And then the week just gets absolutely incredible. I mean, this is after hours tomorrow. You're ready? AMD, Apple, eBay. I'm smiling because I know I'm looking at this and I feel myself making money on all these. So I'm smiling because these are the names I could size up on. All the names I showed you are just like, oh God. Starbucks, Xilinx. That's Tuesday after the bell. You tell me this isn't the most amazing week to trade. AT&T, Anthem is a good one. Boeing, that's going to be great with all the drama. Canadian Pacific, CP, doesn't Warren Buffett have that one? Dow, Corning, General Dynamics, General Electric, Hess, MasterCard, McDonald's, Novartis. I mean, Textron is a great one. Stanley SWK is decent. Silicon Labs is okay. After hours on Wednesday. I'm showing you this because I'm talking about doing the strategy I just shared with you on every single one of these names that I'm showing you, as long as they fit these parameters. Maybe they don't. Maybe the first 5 minute bar hits right away and say, Mark, I wouldn't have worked on that one. That's fine. I'm giving you very simple, stupid rules. I like stupid. It allows me to love myself. Archer Daniels Midland, ADM is reporting. Um, that's a Cirrus Logic, Cree, Facebook, Illumina, Las Vegas Sands, Leg Mason is a good one. PayPal, uh, ServiceNow, Tesla, United Rentals. Are you convinced yet that this is the best week by far? It happens 4 times a year, so I won't say like this one is better than any of the other 4 times a year, but this is one of the 4 best trading weeks of the year in terms of opportunity with the names you're trading. Altria Group on the earnings side for sure. Coca-Cola, DuPont, Eli Lilly, International Paper. I mean, I recognize a lot of these names. UPS is good. Verizon. I mean, this is just going to be by far Amazon, Amgen, Thursday after the bell, Electronic Arts. Everything I'm naming are names I'm going to be trying to apply this to, by the way. So I'm not just talking for the U.S. Steel. Letter X is always sexy on earnings. Always. Visa, always. Western Digital, always, 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 always. And to polish off Friday morning, because it wasn't enough excitement for you to trade the largest publicly traded names on the planet. Um, of the largest, I guess that Saudi Aramco is larger. Caterpillar Friday morning, Chevron, Colgate, KKR. I mean, wow. Wow. So this stupid little make 10 cents here, when I trade a Tesla, I'm going to look to make more than 10 cents. When I trade an Amazon, I'm going to look to make more than 10 cents. When I trade an Apple, a Facebook, I'm going to look to make more than 10 cents. The names I'm showing you right now were stupid little garbage names that worked and were tradable. But you're going to be able to trade the best companies on the planet with a strategy that is phenomenally consistent. Absolutely phenomenally consistent. And we're going to be trading all of them. We're going to be going through every single one of those names, and we're going to be applying strategies that work. Because honestly, I only care about you making money. And I feel if you have a high hit rate, you have a truly high Sharpe ratio, um, and you're actually doing what works now, like I could show you what I did last year. I could show you what I did last year. It would probably make you want to pull out that caveman manual with me. I could show you what I did last year, but you know what? What on earth is the expletive point? Is the point here to show you how great I am through look what I've done? What am I going to do? I'm going to set up a monument of myself. Maybe Mark Melnick needs like a golden statue of himself. Do I need a golden statue of myself showing you guys what I did and how great I am? Maybe I'll look like this, yeah, with the hands and everything. Do I need a golden statue of myself to show you guys like how great, or how about I literally with your own eyes show you what is working right now and show you what you can apply right now and show you how easy it is to be a consistently profitable trader? I'm going to go with the latter. Here are tomorrow's levels today. All right. Here are tomorrow's levels today. There. We almost called the dead bottom of the Qs yesterday. Here are the levels for January 28th. My final thoughts on this video, ladies and gentlemen. The less you try to execute upon in the market, the better you'll be. I'll prove it to you. Right now, if I told you to go outside with a basketball, do 10 slam dunks and 100 three-point shots, do you think that you would be able to do that easier than you would be able to do 5 layups underneath the basket? Do you think it's easy to do less complex things? What if I told you, what if I told you that easy is ultimately better? What if I told you that easy is ultimately better? What if making money in this market is not what Wall Street shows you all the time? Maybe I'm not selling you a $2,000 course this video. Maybe I'm not showing you every aspect of trading I've known because it is really helpful for me to have you dump money on top of my face to show you these things. What if there is value with the courses I bring you, but I just wanted to show you a neat trick, a little trading hack that works right now that anybody can execute upon? What if that was the point of this video? What if the point of this video is not to tell you that you could sign up for my room with a link in the comment, but all I really care about is you making money and you being happy as a trader and me doing this work and sharing this work with you to try to do everything I humanly know how to ensure your success? What if, ladies and gentlemen, that's just ultimately what it was? Slam the like button if you enjoyed this video. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live Trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening, and I mean it with every ounce of my being. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live Trading broadcast.